Morning. How are you? How's the flight?
It was alright.
Yeah, that's okay. This is how I start my day every day, is just coming into one of the coffee chains. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention those guys, just in case. Let's just say it's a West Coast-based coffee chain that has gotten lots of my income over the past couple of years, and I'm happy to do it. It's a good way to start the day. I think routines and what we're going to do are very important for coaches and for anybody who's on a coaching staff has their own routine. This is my routine. We're going to look at it today. So there we go. Buckle up. There we go. Usually when we do calls in the mornings, or for me or to Europe, I try to get them done early in the morning. A big part of college coaching is the fact that you have to do some recruiting. So I have two of the best recruiting coaches I've seen in college hockey. You guys will meet them today, Steve Wiedler and Scott Mosier. And we have a pretty extensive network over in Europe, as well as our North American network, which they've had part of their resume for a long time. For fun, that's a good one. You guys will get to see. We're going to speak today with Tobias Johansson, who's one of the up-and-coming coaches in the world of hockey. He was head coach of their U20 team in Frölunda, which is kind of like the Yankees for hockey in Sweden and all of Europe. Champions League winners, one of the best organizations. So Toby was our head coach and got recruited. Very similar path to me. He got asked to leave in a fantastic job to go and coach the Norwegian national team. So we'll be seeing a lot of Tobias Johansson coming up over the next years. We'll get on a Zoom with him. This is just, I know there's a little bit of dew on the windshield here because it's early in the morning. We're pulling into the campus. Burlington, Vermont is such a beautiful city. It's an awesome feeling every morning coming in and seeing the mountains and the lake, and then get a chance to see this campus, which we'll have a chance to do today all together. It's a pretty good feeling to be able to come in here and be able to work here and see the vibrancy of the student life, especially after the year that we had last year. So today we'll spend the day looking around. We're going to get out of the car in a minute here. It's a huge commute for me. It's like almost 3 miles, which is crazy. And sometimes you see 2 or 3 other cars on the road, which is heavy traffic, which I love. So we will pull up at the rink now. Let's have some fun today. That's part of the day. These are not my headphones, by the way. I'm holding our trusty camera person's bag, so I wouldn't be walking in with a headset that makes me look like Janet Jackson or something. So let's go in and have a good time. This is one of my moments I look forward to every morning, is just be able to walk in knowing that your office is right here in the rink, the same place every single one of us wants to be. That's lucky enough to call our job being a coach. So coming through every morning, I always like to blow through the locker room and make sure things are looking good, make sure the stuff on the board is how we want to have it as a coaching staff, and then let's get our day started. Here we go. Grab that coffee. Jerry Cournoyer is our head coach of our swimming team and in charge of all swimming and diving stuff. He's going to show me what to do to get in there, Jerry. Any advice for me, a guy who's not a very good athlete?
Yeah, I just think a little bit of confidence. We have some water wings for you, Coach.
Okay,
You'll be good to go.
Yeah, Again, this is how I normally start my day. I do like 600-700 laps, a couple up and down triple indies off the diving board. So let's, after we do that, we'll go in and have a good day together. Come on in. See what we got here. Nice project from one of our coaches here. Is a D-zone coverage project from Steve Wheeler. Look at that. It is important to me, Steve, in case you're watching that. I'll look at that next. And then we're going to get ready for the day. So normally what I'll do is I'll come in, I'll sit down, and just like anybody else in any office around the world, wherever you might be working, and then just look at the day. We like to make our practice plan the night before. So usually we'll go over the practices. The big thing we do here is we have individual development plans for each of our players. And so Scott Mosier has put together a development plan for Andre Bualski, who's a Colorado Avalanche third-round draft pick this year. So this individual plan would be something we're going to talk about for today. That would just be some ideas of things. So any coaches who have the time or the resources to be able to look at developing your players. We look to have a developmental bias in this team, which means that we have to always be on these players individually. We have a big team this year. We have almost 30 players on the roster. It's hard to stay organized on that. A big thing today we're going to discuss is how to organize, how to be organized, make sure you do things ahead of time so your next day is a lot easier. So then right now it's a lot of answering phone calls. So we're going to get on a Zoom here with the head coach of the Norwegian under-20 team. We're trying to uncover some players all around the world. So we're going to get at it. You're looking as a coach in college hockey at players from all over the world. I don't really personally anyway believe you have to have players from just one area, which is why I think it's pretty cool that you and I have a relationship for so long that we're able to help each other. You need help on players coming over that teams are looking for. Maybe you want to ask on somebody, and I know you're aware of players in Europe, Swedish especially, and now Norway, which I think Norwegian players are up and coming. So what I want to do is spend a little bit of time, you and I, talking about some of those names on the national team that we talked about and a couple of those guys that were coming over here to play. And we'll go through that.
And I think that, I think everyone can see that he's a good player. What strikes me with him, being, an underage kid at the U20 camp for a national team, if there's a competition, if it's a shootout, if it's an overtime small area game situation, the older guys put him on the ice.
Yeah.
And that's big for me. That's big for me because then, having teammates recognize you and accepting you as a younger kid.
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself.
Take a look at them and see what you see.
Okay, and then do you want me? I'll just Dropbox you back some clips or something. I know I saw your note. You just wanted efficient, which probably means I send too many clips too often. So you don't need 640 clips.
Monty is the same. He's always doing like 40 clips, but we need to cut it. We have the presentation for the guys. Maybe it takes 12 to 50 minutes maximum.
Okay. Perfect. So just 5-on-5. You want me to look out for that?
No, you can do special teams also.
Okay.
I think the best games for us to scout is these games they play now because they had all the NHL players.
That's their best. If we're trying to, basically with a pre-scout, we're trying to paint a picture of Slovakia, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or for whoever we're playing. So I'm going to give him probably 20% more clips, and then he might choose the one that he wants, so.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like when for us, the coach staff, if you type like one meaning below, it's perfect for us because we can see it right away.
Yeah, and do you want to have them, I remember with the World Junior, I would send them with stuff on the bottom and then also without stuff, so then you don't have to pull the clips again. You know what I mean? Is that easier for you?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to get our video coach, he'll put that together, and I'm going to do it, and then I'll give it to him, and he'll send you an email. So you want it within a week, right?
It's no hurry. We have the meeting next week, but if it's not done that time, it doesn't matter. I can
it's
call
okay.
Mark because he's living like 2 miles away, so we can come in and look at it. So.
No problem. I'll get it off to you soon.
It's a test that it's very demanding, but it can definitely be repeated throughout the season. And I'm a big fan of retesting that. I think it's great to test initially early in the season to get a baseline of where you're at, but your physical capacity has changed quite a bit throughout the course of the season, so it's very useful to periodically reperform the test and have more data points on where you are. The other thing that's often useful is at a certain point in the season, your players, you may get to a point, hopefully you don't get to this point, but it's quite common that teams get to a point where they're not performing well and they appear to be tired, but it's very difficult to determine whether someone's out of shape or if they're fatigued, and those are two very different things. So there's an opportunity now that you have this data on your team, you know what it looked like at the beginning of the season, you can give them a certain period of rest time, give them a day off or a few lighter days so that they should be fresh, and then they repeat that test when they're fresh. And then, based on those results, you'll be able to determine if the team just needed some rest and now that they're fresh, they're performing well again, or if they were somehow decreased their fitness over the course of the time since the last test, in which case then you might need to address that, hopefully on ice and off ice to improve the conditioning and then get back up to the standards that you want.
Luca.
How's it going, Coach?
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. How are you?
Number one rule, no logos.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
No logos here. You have to wear only catamounts. How did it go today? Did you have some fun?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So I just had breakfast at the dining hall, woke up this morning,
Okay.
and just walked over here ready for workout.
Ready for practice and workout?
Yep.
So you're going to work out, you're going to lift first, and then you're going to go,
Yep.
Okay, so what you got to do today is you're going to go, after your workout, go get your like long underwear on, and then
Yep.
you go meet Steve Wiedler's got some clips.
All
You
right,
guys are going to do
absolutely.
some
Yep.
development stuff. I think what we'll try to accomplish here today is to see how this coaching staff works on a day-to-day basis, the machinery of what we do on a typical practice day. For context reasons, last year, with a difficult COVID season for everybody in the world, we had only 12 regular season games. There's a sense of not being fulfilled. It's also our job as coaches to say to our players, if something is not right, we have to make it right. It's our job to help the players. I remember a great saying in the Detroit Red Wings locker room, to whom much is given, much is expected. We're going to give these players every single thing that they need to succeed. I also think for a coach, there's almost a sense of being a performer. There has to be a little bit of carnival in you sometimes in how you deliver your message. Over a long season, what you're trying to say all the time might be repetitive or boring. But that's actually what it takes to win. You do the same things over and over and over again. So coming into this year, what we're trying to message to our players every single day is that we have hope, that there's an optimism here. I believe anyway that optimism is a competitive advantage. So we want to provide our players every single day with a little bit of that hope, knowing that we're going to work to get better. And you're going to see it today in practice and how we prepare, even our interactions with the players. So let's enjoy a good day today. Trying to figure out for today for practice, we're about 4 hours out from practice, which we already have done. But what are the themes, right? So at training camp, we're in the middle of training camp right now. So the purpose of training camp is to establish our game, to grow our game, to kind of come up with an identity. So the words that we use every day are so important. They're actually like calculated. So we've been thinking about some of those. Establish is a word that we're going to weave into our video meeting today. As I'm going over the clips for practice today, we're working on breakouts, D-zone exits, and then into a forecheck. So what are the words that we want to have all the time? So obviously we want to talk about speed. We want to talk about how we play fast. We're going to go over the details. That'll be a word that we use on this staff all the time. What are the details of our forecheck or of our breakout? The cost versus the reward. So if we're talking about a forecheck, what's the cost if we don't get a puck behind somebody? The cost is the puck is going to get turned over and you're going to come back the other way. So versus a reward if you do put this puck behind. So I'm thinking back to watching Colorado play St. Louis this year, and there was a clip. It was in the third period. I'm pretty sure it was a tie game, and it started from the D zone. McKinnon came in and had a little bump on one of the St. Louis players, and then the puck was exited fast. It got to Landeskog in the middle. Landeskog bumped it out to Rantanen. Rantanen took that puck up, skated it north, and was just about to get squeezed off by the St. Louis defenseman. And the decision that Rantanen made to put that puck behind the defenseman allowed that puck to get in deep. Landeskog came in underneath and was able to grab that puck. It ended up being in a scrum in the corner, if I remember correctly. And then Rantanen went behind the net. McKinnon went to the front of the net. So McKinnon worked all the way back from the D zone fast, got in. The puck got to Landeskog. Landeskog hit to Rantanen. Rantanen to McKinnon, back of the net. So that's the reward. So that could have gone the other way. That was a very important part of that game. Showing us as much as possible, we like to show clips of us doing things the right way. This is a clip from last year. You can see our Semin right now work right there. He works to get underneath this puck, so when this puck does come to the winger, That's bumped under to him. We get a clean exit. We're gone the other way. We get inside the dots, which we want to have. We always like to reward our players, celebrate things that they do right here. You're going to see number 12. Going to work low and slow, get available. When you can't go to the wall sometimes because you're covered off, Northeastern doing a great job against us. We're going to pop that puck to the middle. Inside the dots, we move that puck, we get out. We always want our guys to skate. We always want our guys to skate. We'll talk about that with our players today. C26 doing a great job right now, recognizing he has a lake of ice in front of him. Getting off the wall, getting off the wall, getting off the wall. We skate that for an entry. The little things make the details here. You see 17 green, Jacques Foucault, one of our assistant captains, being able to do a shoulder check. Sees he has time, get off the wall, get off the wall, get off the wall. Fantastic job by Jacques. Number 28, White, you're going to see right here a habit we want in all our players. You got to pay the price. The other team wants to win too. Sometimes you just have to put pucks off the glass and live the fight another day. We got no problem with that. Down on our end. After we get that, we're going to bring up the goalies. Drew, you're going to be in the middle. Drew, you're going to be in the middle with the goalies to get started. We might make a small adjustment in that first warm-up drill that we have, and we might use your goalies as catchers, almost like shortstops. We might work on chipping those pucks like we saw in the layer 3 clips there. If we get that far, we'll see what Steve's doing. First warm-up drill we're going to have everybody as forwards. We're going to go extra D. We're going to go as well here too. The whole bodies are moving. We're going to have a forward in here. We're going to have a forward in here. And you're going to need the same on both sides. This is going to go from 4 corners. We got a lot of bodies today, so we got to make sure we keep these things moving.
Want forwards, D stacked in the middle. Coach will be sending the puck to the goalie. Okay, we want to make sure that 2 things, like Woody was saying earlier, we might not do it today. Okay, but let these goalies have their eyes on you and see it and come out and stop it. Don't let them cheat it. If they're cheating it, just rip one into the net on them if you have to. D can swing in on this.
D can absolutely swing in. Yep, create good habits of skating and trying to defend forwards. And then it's up to our forwards to make quality plays, protecting the puck, but also being smart over the blue and knowing that they have the ability to make little slip passes, and let's try and expose those D.
The other one?
I think there's the other piece of focus today. Like, there's a lot of moving parts in some of the drills. One guy's running it, having the other guys paying attention to either keeping them organized. I know, Todd's always talking about that with us, and then the other part is the habits. Like, it's easy on like that breakout drill when we're running. It's easy to have bad habits. Like Todd said, make sure those guys work inside the dots before they work out. The forwards, the D should be sprinting back. They should be shoulder checking. They should be moving their feet, finding ice, communicating. All those habits could slip by because the overall theme we're trying to get pace. So that's on us to make sure that we're checking the habits while we're going with the overall theme of getting the movement.
One of the cool things we do here on a weekly basis is just go through our construction project. We got Tom Lang in here who's going to help us walk through the brand new project we have coming here. We got a new locker room, new arena design, connecting with a basketball center, which is going to be state of the art. We also have Joe Gervais, our associate athletic director, who was a hockey player here, class of 1988. So we're going to turn it over to Tom, and Tom's going to tell us, just like we do about every week or so, just kind of where we are at the construction and any little changes and things we want to make. He's always been pretty patient with me trying to get things done. So Tom, we'd like to see what you got for us today.
So here's the seating that Joe talked about at the east end. And
that's all the students, right? That's when
all the students are all going to be stay on the west end.
Okay, that's where it's crazy time right there. I love
exactly. But this is our new club seating in here, and our new seating here, and our new seating on this side. We've got our new media loft up here that was put in last summer.
And that jumbotron, the new jumbotron we got there, it's in now. Like that's
in
amazing.
now, and it'll be operational.
Yeah, gorgeous that thing. If somebody doesn't know what Instagram Stories is, for example, like, how would you explain that to somebody?
Okay, so Instagram Stories, you have your posts, right, which stay up forever and people can always see. Stories are like a quick little post that only stay up for 24 hours.
And they come down automatically?
Yes. So they're kind of more casual, would you say? A little more casual. Yeah, and you can do polls, you can do Q&As with them, so there's more opportunity for engagement, I would say, with your followers. Or provides more opportunity to engage with like who your following is.
And you can tie that into pricing too. Enterprising.
Okay.
So we could have, one fan that we recognize for a fun post that they put and tag us in.
Right.
And give them a UVM hockey sweatshirt.
Exactly.
Or hat.
Yeah.
Get the branding out there.
I know.
Signed Cam Morrissey puck.
There we go.
I don't know how in demand that one is, but fair enough.
So I thought this was a really good clip to start off with. When we see this kind of ice in front of us,
Yeah.
that's a moment for us to say, this is why I put in all the time and skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is ice that I'm looking for, and I'm going to go downhill and rip this puck.
I'm just trying to turn my hips around. I'm not trying to like change the shooting lane with the puck and dribble it.
Yep.
I'm trying to get my hips around it and then shoot it.
Yep. And then what area do you think you can improve on most? What
The
kind
one-timer
of
shot.
The one-timer?
One-timer.
Yeah.
Sometimes like my bottom hand like too soft. Sometimes I don't turn I don't get my chest over the puck when I take the shot.
Yeah.
Or I don't turn away my body enough from that so I can get in that.
That's good. That's good honesty. It's stuff we can work on.
All it is a number count. So when you're down here, when you're this D, the Washington D that's about to come into the frame, you're looking ahead of you. If you see 5 white jerseys ahead of you, you know, okay, there's nobody behind me. I'm going to get up early and squash this thing. That's your count. So your quick read is a number count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 white jerseys ahead of me. I'm sinking all the way up to squash this thing, right? If there's a guy behind you, maybe you have to read or communicate with your partner to back off.
This white jerseys right here, they're not doing a great job. Not doing a great job because this guy's not underneath. 81 has nowhere to go with this puck. These guys are the best players in the world. They solve this problem. It ends up going out the other side. The rest of the clips, we're only showing good guys. Right now you can see this guy circled right here. This is one of our players from last year. Watch his route when he gets a visual on this puck. Right now, he just came underneath because you have to let your winger be able to create some space for you. So that winger, we want to get off the wall, push that D back. A big part of that is our center being underneath that puck. We want to bump pucks to him, just like that. We get a clean exit, exactly how we want to look. The smallest of details right now. Now you watch Nicky here. Nicky's slowing down, slowing down. The other team, they want to win. They are over top of NJ right here. NJ's doing his job exactly. So where we want to have courage is to be able to put that puck to the middle right now. Our D can make this play all day long. I know Nicky's talking. There comes to Nicky. What's Nicky do? He moves that puck and we're up the ice. Fantastic job. Taking the ice in front of you, okay? Skating solves everything. It's not my words, but every time you take a stride, the picture is going to change for the other team. Take that ice in front of you. This skating guy, you're buying time for your partners to build speed when you skate. You draw people towards you. And that's what we want. We want to make sure we're not going back straight-legged. Ray's going here, shoulder check, and this habit right here. Ray gets off that wall, brings them all together. We get an excellent entry. The tiny details right here. Now you watch Jacques. Shoulder check right there. Those two things are going to determine that Jacques has room to go, and he gets off the wall, and he comes to the middle of the ice. He brings all these guys together. He moves the puck. We get an excellent entry. These are all the breakout habits for us. No straight-legged, going back with a purpose. Back with a purpose. Now we're going to see when guys get paid right now. This is why Willie's going to make a lot of money in this game. Shoulder check. That's not on TSN. That's not on SportsCenter. That's a smart play to get that puck off the wall, off the glass. We live to battle that puck out another day, and I guarantee you Willie's going to be on the ice at the end of that game. On the backhand here. Okay, hey, listen up. This is how this drill is going to work. You guys will be on the 2 dots here. We're working on those breakout skills. We need speed. So let's say it's going to be Willie. Willie's going to start at that dot. He's going to come towards me. He's going to give me a pass. Every time you're making these passes today, you get inside the dots. You're going to hit to him. Inside the dots, pass to him. You're going to slip it back to Dovar. Then it's the exact same curl-up shooting that we did. Wake up here. Yep. Get low, break out, get low. Break out, get low on the breakout. Make sure you get low on the breakout. Get low. Venice, get low on breakouts. Get low. like to the wall. Red sign. You get to red sign on breakout, okay? And then off the wall. Be straight.
Hey, don't give them the blue. Be up in their face, swing right in. You don't got to back up on them. They got to earn it, okay? Listen, this is a competition every day between you guys and the forwards. Every day. It's the only way we're going to push each other to get better. So bring that competitive fire every single day on these guys. They don't get an inch. They don't get an inch because BU and BC and everybody else is not going to give them an inch. Okay? Second part of this, when you're facing those 3-on-2s, your partner goes for a strong side swing on the puck, okay, and you're the weak side guy, you got to put yourself in a spot where you could play both of those the far wing out in the dot lane and the guy driving the middle. You can't just auto turn downhill with a net drive. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. So sometimes you're off his hip, sometimes you're right on him, and obviously in a game it'll be very dependent on how your track is going, how late it develops or how early. Okay, so don't fall asleep on the box out now. You got a nice secondary one there. But with your size and strength and you want to play at the next level, that box out's got to start right there, Vermont Mutual. He steals the puck from you. Okay, he steals the puck from you. You get right onto this side. Now you're right on his hips. You started right down there in the corner. That box out starts early. Early.
Hey, when we catch that pass, those first 3 steps got to be as hard as possible. Got to create separation when we get that pass. Even in a simple drill like this. Don't run into Coach Woodcroft, okay? Don't do that.
So the coaches have brought in the mindset of every day, everything we do, we have to be professionals about it, and that goes towards strength and conditioning too. So every time we're in the gym, the mindset is to just do it the best that we can and try and be as professional as we can with it.
And then now we have the great honor of having a bunch of alumni, people who played here in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s. They've actually all been here for a couple days and been able to watch practice. So now we're going to go address those guys. When the assistant coaches get off and have a chance to get showered and changed, we're going to go upstairs and show them what we're doing, thank them for all the support that they've given us. College hockey relies a lot on support, and we're going to show them kind of our plan. We're going to talk about our recruiting ideas, our strategies in finding the best players all over the world, and then make them feel included in this foundation that we're trying to build here. So we get changed and go on upstairs and talk to a bunch of really smart, nice people. I wish everybody here would have a chance to see the impact of what you've done for these young men. It has changed the way we have trained this year. So we hired an NHL strength coach that came in. We have people now who want to come here. So now we're able to get an NHL strength coach to come in and be able to do this and to get these guys to be in professional shape. Our message this whole time that this staff is here is, how do the pros do it? How would a professional do things? Because that should be the benchmark of who we're hiring as players, who we're hiring as staff. We don't want people to stop playing when they're done in UVM hockey. So that's kind of our goal, and that's what we're doing. If you're lucky enough to be a player here, and there's a fine when your phone goes, by the way. That's a first round today at the brewery. Yeah. That's a first round today. Yeah, first round. No, first round at the brewery. If I get invited to the brewery tonight, then I'm making sure that I know where the first round's going on. So what I was saying was that the jerseys you're seeing behind you here, like if you're fortunate enough as a player to have worn it, to wear it currently, or for the guys that work here, like if we earn a paycheck here, like you're pretty secure in the knowledge that the people who came before you, like you have high standards. It also comes with high expectations for this group of players that are here, and we try to live up to that every single day. So last year was a real interesting year for us. When you review that, we looked at that team and we said, hey, sometimes you have to go through the car wash. So we look to see where we could improve daily, which is where we're doing some stuff goaltending, which is where we're doing some stuff in recruiting, which is where we're bringing in people like Patrick Sharp to be part of the staff. Last year we had Mike Babcock. We want to surround him with the best all the time. But our message never changes. Our goal never changes. We're here to develop people, we're here to develop players, and we're here to win. That's our job as coaches. And for the players, we see how hard that is. And no matter what the challenges are that we face day to day as a staff or the team, what the road is in front of us, how hard that is, or as you see, the construction that we're facing every single day, that's our goal. And that never changes. So you were players at one point, and you remember that sometimes what you hear and what I say as a coach or what these guys say as a coach, it's different. What you hear is usually different or sometimes different than what we are actually saying. But that message from us is never going to change. How hard it is to succeed in life after hockey, how hard it is to win hockey games. The resource is way better. So at some point in your lives as players, some coach loved you or some coach believed in you. So I love these guys. These guys love these guys. We believe in this team. There's room for greatness in every single one of those guys. But here, no doors are going to open for us. Like, we got to kick them down. That's who we are. That we understand that.
This would have been different. This room wouldn't have been around when you were here. Yeah, this is different. So we'll set up in here today. We'll have a video. You can sit wherever you want in the corner. This is where the video will be. Yeah, perfect. And then it's pretty cool. What's going on in the other room? Our new room is being worked on as we speak, and then we just had some design changes. Like, be a nice room. It's that actual idea. Down. This is called a transition. He tracked. He set that up. This changes the game.
That will be the end of a typical day for us here at UVM men's ice hockey. Actually, through the miracle of editing, this is actually 2 days later than when we filmed this. In the meantime, I went and got a nice haircut. But Patrick Sharp, our new coaching advisor to the UVM men's ice hockey team, started today, so we wanted to make sure we had some footage for everyone to see Patrick hanging around and getting the same experience that we hope everybody else watching this video is going to get as well. So the last thing I can say to everybody is thank you very much for watching, but thank you mostly for being a coach, for helping out young boys and young girls play this great game. Look forward to seeing everybody on the road soon. Thank you.